Earlier this year, Texas passed legislation that bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. Here in Nebraska, abortion is legal until 20 weeks into pregnancy. And some organizations would like to see a Texas-like ban here in Nebraska, while others are working to avoid that law becoming into a reality. And today's 2 America's 3 News Now reporter Alyssa Curtis looks at what similar legislation could look like in our state.
Since Texas's ban on abortions after 6 weeks was signed into law, Governor Ricketts has praised the southern state for their stance and action on the issue. When asked by 3 News Now if he would like to see similar legislation here, in a statement, Governor Ricketts said, "Nebraska is a pro-life state with a strong track record of protecting the unborn. I encourage the Unicameral to continue pursuing legislation that respects the basic human right to life." Anti-abortion rights organizations like the Nebraska Catholic Conference are working to do just that.
Kind of all the options are on the table right now. You know, I tell folks when they ask, we tell them the 6-week Texas bill, it's on our desk. We're looking at it. We're researching it. We're looking at that amongst other proposals. So we'll see what ultimately gets dropped in during legislative session, during bill introduction.
Pro-abortion rights organizations like the ACLU of Nebraska say the state should protect the right to abortion and not infringe on someone's constitutional rights.
We can recognize that individuals have different views on abortion, but what I really want to make clear is that abortion is healthcare. So regardless of how one individual feels about abortion, when someone does make that decision, they need to be able to access that care without government interference. And that decision really needs to be between a patient and a doctor.
They say creating a stricter abortion law in Nebraska would not stop abortions, but instead create even more barriers than what already exist.
With more restrictions comes added costs, including travel, taking time off work, childcare, and that's if an individual even has those resources. We know that these restrictions, time and time again, they harm women of color the most, they harm people with low income the most, and they harm rural women the most.
But anti-abortion rights organizations believe they do minimize the number of abortions occurring. They add they understand legislation isn't the sole factor that will stop abortions.
That's not going to be the be-all, end-all to solving the issue of abortion. Ultimately, what we are most concerned about is cultural transformation. So law is part of the cultural transformation, but we want every mom, every family in a difficult pregnancy, in a crisis pregnancy, to know that they are loved by their church, by their community, by their neighbors, by their family, so that abortion is unthinkable for them.
Texas reports show that those seeking abortions have traveled to surrounding states to get the procedure. When asked if he thinks stricter laws would force people to seek them elsewhere, Governor Ricketts says legislation not only protects the lives of unborn children, but affirms the intrinsic human dignity of life in the womb. He adds he hopes the surrounding states will join Nebraska in seeking to strengthen protections of the unborn. And while the Nebraska Catholic Conference is working to advance anti-abortion rights legislation, the ACLU says they will work to defend those rights. Reporting in Omaha, Alyssa Curtis, 3 News Now.
And sources have confirmed that state senators will introduce anti-abortion right legislation this upcoming session.